Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the Zenitsu build. We are heavily built around the katana with lightning slash. This is to mimic a mixture of the breathing forms. Personally I felt it was more weighted around the first and second form, however that's to interpretation. I have tried to find the most demonic bosses I could find to showcase this build. There are a lot of variations we can do with this build, just what I've really loved. The talismans can be swapped out for your different playstyles, and also the way Zenitsu is. In terms of playability wise and how he is in the show, you can play either very timid, or we can go ahead and go out full on god mode. Depends on how far you've got with this. Now we do go ahead and start off with the most demonic creature I could think of, which was one of the gargoyles, and actually a personal favourite of mine to go and kill. I thoroughly enjoy killing these ones. They're challenging, but yet satisfying. And I could have executed him in the most perfect way of a demon slayer could, which is basically beheading or stabbing him right in the forehead. But I thought it would be cooler to kill him with lightning, and it wasn't. It went horribly wrong. But there we go. I didn't want to die and then risk not killing it again. But you can see with this build, it's heavily focused around just the lightning slash. There are better katanas out there that we could have used. However, they don't really go to what the show has. As we all know, he doesn't have a black blade. There is a black blade within the show, but not for him personally. Now, part of the build is we need a golden vow. This is kind of an imperative part of this, and we didn't have it. This is a brand new 150 build, and it has taken me about 7 or 8 hours to build perfectly, or what I would consider perfect. I've grabbed as much as I can, and I have spent quite a long time building this account because I want to do the builds to a 150 rather than just posting the 150 stats. This will help anyone follow along, and for any of the builds we're going forward with, we may start entering some PvP just to see how they cope. For me, I'm not brilliant, so I avoided it for this one, but the next couple I want to try and get some in. Now, another creature on the list was a dragon here, and I thought maybe go sneaky, a little bit of a timid stance, because they always just don't go straight in, screaming and shouting. If you've been unnoticed, try and get the stealth in, but I don't know, Elden Ring stealth mechanics sometimes to me seems a little bit broken, or it's just I'm not very good at it. Now, this build for me is great, because you can kind of see the damage that can physically be churned out. As long as you land those hits in, we'll go through all the talismans and the flasks, etc. the further we get in. But once you're fully buffed up and you've got your flasks on, you can hit relatively quite hard. Now, the one thing I should have utilised more was the L2 attack, because it does hit pretty hard and you do get a thunder strike come down, or a lightning strike, sorry. Now, you can also change the Ash of War on the weapon. It depends on what you want to do. There are a few different lightning variations you can use, but this is the one we stuck with because in my opinion it kept the closest to the show, which is what we were trying to showcase. Now you can see here, what's that, nearly 3,000 damage? 4,000 damage there. It does hit like a truck, and what I really love about this, because our endurance isn't ridiculously high, when you do watch the show, you will see that they do slow down in terms of stamina. They have stamina problems sometimes, they have to use recovery breathing to hit that level of fitness to get themselves back into the fight. And this is what's great about this build, because you have a decent pull so you can get a lot of your hits off, but you don't have unlimited stamina, which does make it just feel a little bit more authentic. I threw this little troll in as, if anyone's seen my early videos, this thing caused me huge headaches, and I just wanted to go in and kill it. Now, we've gone ahead and picked up a few more bosses around here. These are the easier bosses around Limgrave. Like I said, this is a brand new account, but I will be working my way through and picking up harder bosses as we progress through. This, I just really wanted to showcase how brilliant it is. If you have been struggling on any of these bosses, especially Crucible Knights are an absolute pain early on, and this one is no exception. Just because I'm 150 doesn't mean it can't school me. It doesn't have a huge health pool, however we are quite strong. This build in my opinion is pretty viable throughout the whole game, and it was surprising how much damage this really did with very little drawbacks. Alright, you can be a little bit more squishy just due to the armour that we have, and this was the closest that we could physically find to the outfit. We've got some black leggings on and kind of a yellowish robe. which kind of matches it as best as we could. And we've gone ahead and hit the cosmetics. First time I've done the cosmetics. Normally I just kind of roll with what my default is. But we put some more effort in, we hit this up, and as you can see here, the Knights Cavalry, for me, this was more about, you know, getting my revenge on some of these early bosses that always schooled me in my first playthrough. Should have thrown the Tree Sentinel in, but we didn't. Now, I will link in the description below actually the Setting Yourself Up guide. I don't personally make it, but I thought it deserves a hell of a shout out because it is so good to get you up to a point where you need to be if you are creating new accounts. And even if you are just looking at making your own builds or something, or trying some stuff out, you just want to restart really. But I'll throw that in the description below. Right, time for my favourite part, which is the NPC roundup, just to test the AoE ability and kind of the, I guess, survivability against this early rune farming location. I mean, it's pretty basic, but you get an okay amount of runes at the start. Now we'll go ahead and select everyone up. The Horn Man makes my life a lot easier. He kind of rounds his troops up. We do go ahead and get speared a little bit in the back, and we don't fully buff up, but we do proc Lightning Slash. We get a few blocks in, but this is just to show you about the AoE ability. Like, if people start clumping up and you start swinging, you can get 3 or 4 people per swing. And again, if you have seen the show, you'll see when they combo their attacks up, they can kind of bounce from demon to demon and get a combination of hits in, combination of kills in, and every slice feels like it's directed of where it's supposed to be. Shifting over to the build and the weapons here, we use a Lighting-Katana plus 25 with the Lightning Slash. Use whatever finger seal you want. We have the Erdtree Surco and we have the Perspector's Trousers. We go ahead and use the Lightning Scorpion Charm, Millicent's Prosthesis, the Rotten Winged Insignia, and the Shard of Alexander. And what's in our flasks are Faith Not Crystal, which increases our faith by 10 for 3 minutes, and the Lighting-Shrouding Cracked Tear, which increases our lightning attacks by 20%, and also stacks with our Lightning Scorpion Charm. The 150 build is 60 Vigour, 15 Mind, 20 Endurance, 19 Strength, 85 Dex. You should drop this down to 80 and use the 5 other points elsewhere. Intel, which is 10, our Faith, which is 25, and our Arcane, which is 10. The incantations we use are Flame Grant Me Strength. I love this one because it helps our stamina recovery speed, which kind of works with the recovery breathing, and the Golden Vow. I hope you all enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye!